waiting for the next person to come after me just to see what the experience of that person would be. It was a woman, probably around 55 years old, kind of dressed really nicely, well-to-do. She got to the gate. She looked really agitated. She said the F word real loud. And my kids heard it. And I walked up to her and I said, what's going on? What happened? She says, well, I come here every day. And today I don't have my ID. And I have to go back to work. And this is the experience that a lot of us have coming here all the time. I walked in, played with my kids, showed them around, talked to a gardener at the, who was not a Record Park gardener, but a Botanical Society gardener. And I said,
all of the gardeners there are actually
the Record Park gardeners. I said, what's, I didn't identify myself. I did not identify myself. I said, how's it been here with the attendance at the gardens? Well, the attendance has been really down this whole year. It picked up around the holidays. We had pretty good attendance during the holidays, but overall, it's been down. But the people who come here for the mission of the Botanical Society. And maybe question, like, what is the mission of the Botanical Society? I believe the mission of the Botanical Society is to make sure the visitors that come here really care about the plants that are there. I know that's a really important mission, but it also begs me to think about what's the enjoyment of the gardens? Like, how many different ways are there to enjoy what the gardens are like? You can go there with your calipers and mosquito netting to look at all the exotic plants. Or you could walk through there and just get a casual sense of how things are. I think both are like equally important, valid ways to really experience the gardens. But it's not clear whether that's a way, just a casual way to walk through and enjoy the site. It is one that is really well considered by Record Park and Botanical Society. As I was walking out of the facility, and I later by the gate again, I saw a German, I think they were German, group of folks approach. They did not want to pay the fee and walked away. I didn't ask them, but it seemed pretty clear that they were from out of town and they didn't want to have to pay $7 a piece to enter the garden. I waited a little bit longer. There was a couple who walked up with bicycles. They walked to the gate. They came back. I talked to them. They were San Franciscans. They did not have their ID. This is just a sample of me walking in and out of the garden and lingering by the gate. No longer than a minute the first time and probably 2 minutes the second time. But it was only the people who were coming to the gate while I was there. No one else came to the gate while I was there. This seems to be a real common experience. And so we talked about whether there's, it's a cost effective. 59 cents on the dollar to run, the administration of the fee. But there's also the other costs as well about diminished attendance, about people not coming in, San Franciscans and non-San Franciscans alike, to enjoy what we have as a beautiful garden with incredible resources and assets to share. We're not sharing the way we really could, and the fee prevents that from really happening. And that's just my big concern, why we bring it forward. We have, one of my determinations about why I approved the fee last year was the workers. There were a lot of workers whose jobs were tied to the fee. And I didn't want to come here this year and just say we eliminate the fee and not have anything else in return. We have real estate transfer tax money that we can allocate that we have here. And that's something that we can make every year. The Board of Supervisors can make that determination. The mayor's not going to do it. The Board of Supervisors can do it every year. In 2009, when we rejected the fee, we rejected the fee in June. And when we rejected that fee in June, we knew that we had to find restoration money, the Board of Supervisors, not the mayor, to make it happen, to be able to make sure that we had the funding to replace the fee. That's something we can make every year, and I would love to have your support to do that, because I also want to help with my colleagues here at the Record Park Department to be whole, so we don't have to go back to have these fees that really diminish the enjoyment of our parks.
Thank you, Supervisor. Let me respond to a number of points that you made. First of all, I do appreciate and accept your sincere and genuine interest in supporting the Recreation and Park Department, and I very much look forward to conversations about how we can again find sustainable ongoing funding to maintain like to keep our rec centers open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if we could. We'd like to staff every clubhouse. I want 200 more gardeners in our parks. I want 60 more recreation directors. I want 30 more park patrol officers.
And the board has made decisions at times to be able to provide that kind of funding. In 2009, we put money in for rec directors, and we should have last year, but we didn't have the ability. And I think we can make that decision.
So, I actually live relatively close to the garden, and I do go there from time to time, sometimes with my kids, sometimes by myself, and I also observe anecdotally, what happens. And, all I can, we are going to make mistakes, or the staff there is going to make mistakes and make some bad judgment calls from time to time, but at the end of the year, we're going to have, approximately 150,000, maybe 160,000 San Francisco residents that have passed through our gates. And we're going to have approximately 45 to 50,000 non-residents who are contributing enough funding to actually keep the garden operating. Or, if you want to use the money someplace else, it's to keep a rec center operating. It's all fungible for us. And so when you talk about some of the concerns, and I do appreciate the fact that, we've had some residents that have been inconvenienced by this, but we deal with frustrated customers, unfortunately, from time to time throughout our operations. And we have frustrated San Francisco residents that have to deal with a rec center that's closed on Sundays. We have to deal with San Francisco residents that have to deal with our inability to staff a clubhouse.
Right, say it again.
Everybody else we have to deal with frustrated San Francisco residents that can't get a water fountain.
And all I'm saying is, in this case, in that garden, we want to make this one site, we want to frustrate less San Francisco. That's what we can do.
Right, and I don't think I would suggest that, we're together in that goal, Supervisor, and should this be continue, we'd love to kind of, sort of work with you to kind of minimize that frustration.
So again, I'm going to ask members of the public to please be respectful as folks are talking. When you do come up, I will be listening to you, so please play the same respect for other folks.
But again, this is about trade-offs, and we have to acknowledge very honestly and directly, and I do appreciate the fact that the new legislation comes to us with the idea of a one-time supplemental to get us through the year should the fee end as a result of this hearing. But what about next year? And one-time funding is nice, but we have such a need. Frankly, I would propose that we keep the non-resident fee and we take your generous supplemental because we need it.
And I have been part of those supplementals in the past and restorations for Record Park Department money. And by rejecting this fee today, we know that it is the city county San Francisco to try to do its best, and we would do it to keep Record Park Department better served by our record.
I very much appreciate the intentions to support our department, but you all are faced constantly with very difficult trade-offs. Is it money for Record Park, or is it money for the Department of Children, Youth, and Family? Is it money for the Health Department? Is it money for the Health and Human Services Department? And so there are a lot of trade-offs, and frankly, we're trying to make it easier on you. We're saying to you that we've got actually a source of revenue here which does not directly impact San Franciscans with the exception of those we may have inconvenienced.
Thank you.